We went to Watertown today and we talked to the police chief in Anderson. We're finding out some incredible details about the night of that massive shooting that took place in Watertown and the heroic events that took place there. Specifically, one sergeant who really, you talked about heroes. This is an action movie guy. This is what they write action movies about. Imagine him driving right into the midst of a firefight and not even knowing it. And take a listen to what happens next.
Oh yeah, there's a serious gunfight going on. The second person on the scene, one of my sergeants, he pulled up and he immediately gets at least one shot right through his windshield. So he's under fire as soon as he shows up. And he, again, just great. You know, they don't teach you this stuff at the police academy. You know, you don't plan for this, you don't train for this. He has how do you even know how to describe it? The courage and determination to keep fighting, and he decides to put the car in gear because his car is taking the fire. They're shooting right at him in that car.
And so under this incredible fire, which sounds really like it was a battle taking place in Iraq or Afghanistan, this sergeant, who's a police sergeant in a sleepy town, Watertown, Massachusetts, decides to use his SUV as basically a battering ram to give his fellow officers a little time to get back from the firing brothers. Here's what happened next.
There's explosions.
And he puts it in gear and lets it roll down the street while he's able to get out and take up a position so he's a little bit safer. And at the end, he said to my captain, you know, I hope the chief's not mad at me, the cruise is a little bit damaged. And I said, Sarge, you kidding me? You know, they're going to be writing about you in the textbooks now. That was brilliant under a very difficult situation to be able to think that through and be able to do that.
Let me make sure I understand that. He gets out of the car and lets his car float on into the dudes.
Right, and so they think he's still in the car, so they're unloading on the car while he is able to take up a position to the side and start, you know, returning fire.
We saw that SUV come out, had a bullet wound in the front. The back windows are completely shot out. We didn't know what the story was until today. And just amazing that he just floated this car right down there, thinking at the last
And Jake Tapper talked to an eyewitness who saw it. I want to ask Jake about that in a second. But some of the streets in Watertown are still shut down. Are they still investigating? I mean, is that still a crime scene?
They are still investigating. It looks to me like they're trying to figure out the trail that Johar took heading down to the boat. The boat area where the boat was found is still closed off. So these streets will be open. But again, meticulous detail in examining